are talking about episodes 1 and 2 of the K-drama Marry My Husband, and I am so excited. I've been following this as a webtoon, and I've read it like 1,400 times, and I spent all my money to like reread each chapter, and I just love it. My name's Amanda, and I am the host of Whimsical Weirdos Pod. And yeah, I just started it yesterday, the first episode. Just finished the second episode, so we are ready to talk. First thing, let's talk about the cast, because I like the pick for G1. I don't know a lot of like K-drama actors and actresses, though my favorite one is Oh My Venus, and that's kind of the last one I remember watching. I think the main actress, I don't know her name, but I think she is a great pick for G1, and sorry if my pronunciation, I just know it sucks. I know it sucks. I haven't really heard these names in general, so it's just like in my head. So it's like Jiwon Kong and Ji-hook Yu, so I know it's like totally wrong. I'm so sorry. Yeah. But I think the female lead is a great pick. And you know, I was just looking at this. That is just a podcast mic, okay? Okay. Anyway, female lead, great pick. For Sumin, I was hoping they would give the girl like, you know, like, I know you can't really have like a reddish pink hair. It might be too unrealistic, but maybe at least like brown hair, or like that reddish brown, or like the orangey brown. Like, it exists, people have it. Or at least short curly hair. It's fine. I mean, I guess they didn't want to give it away or like make it seem more normal than a webtoon would. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people have, you know, reddish brown hair, so it should have been cool. But the Sumin actress, she's really giving like two-faced bestie, frenemy type vibes, so that's fine. You know, she's a great actress. It doesn't matter what her hair is. When I first saw the actor for Mr. Yu, I was like, not too happy. Like, no, the actor is like super attractive, super cute, but I was thinking it would be someone like paler with jet black hair, like slick back, kind of cold and calculating, like sharp features type of guy, like, you know, in the webtoon. But this guy is like softer, and he just looks nice. And Mr. Yu, like, he's supposed to be like, you know, kind of stern looking and standoffish, but this guy just looks really nice and friendly. Like, even like when he's not smiling, it's just like, you're a puppy dog, you're adorable. But as I got to the second episode, he is growing on me. He's still not my fave, but he's still growing on me, so maybe a few more episodes in. But I do like that they kind of fast forwarded his relationship with Jiwon. And Minawan, I definitely know I'm saying his name wrong. I'm so sorry. On my podcast right now, we're doing like the webtoon version of Marry My Husband, and I've been calling him Manhor on there. So I don't know if that would fly here, but that's what I've been calling him. I'll try Minawan, but I think the actor for him is really good as well, especially in the second episode. I saw it a lot more, so I get why they chose him. Perfect casting for that. So that's kind of the main casting. Oh, and Hyun, I love her. She's like my favorite character ever, and I love the actress. Like, the actress portraying her amazingly. So I only just finished the second episode, but I see like they changed so much, like that's not in the webtoon, and they added it in for like realistic purposes, which I totally get. So if you haven't read the webtoon, and you don't want any spoilers for this, I don't know like how they're gonna do it, but I'm sure like the main drama and the main plot stories still exist. So if you don't want any spoilers for either drama or webtoon, hop off. It's totally fine. Hop off and come back when you're done with it. I will try and include like a spoiler warning before I say anything, so yeah, but I might miss something, so just to be safe, you might want to hop off if you haven't watched everything. Bye. But I like that they added in more scenes to keep it realistic, because in the webtoon, it was like Mr. Yu was almost stalking Jiwon, and it was creepy, especially in the car scene where he dropped her off, and, you know, because Minwon was waiting for her, and it's just like creepy because you're her boss. Like, she doesn't know what you're thinking or what you went through, or like that he likes her or anything. She's just like, my boss is like coming on to me, you know? It's weird. So I'm really glad they added in scenes like them going on a little lunch date or whatever, or like him constantly talking to her and having conversations, and it shows that she's like more comfortable with him in the K-drama version, which makes it make more sense, you know? So that's why they added it in, and I actually do appreciate that. I think that was a good change to do. And I like that they already like revealed that Ji-hook's grandpa is the head of UNK Foods or whatever, because we don't, like, she doesn't learn that, Ji-won doesn't learn that till like almost the end of the webtoon, but I like that she learned it, like she already knew it, because it doesn't make sense that 10 years later it would never have been revealed. So I think that's good, and it's a good thing for her to know, so she can, well, not use it to her advantage, because I don't like her using Mr. Yu, but, you know, just, you know, have it as a safeguard for something. I don't know what, but yeah, I like that they revealed that early. And I like how they changed up the scene right in the beginning, because I didn't expect to see Sumin, you know, being at her friend's bedside. That's not what we saw in the webtoon, but it makes sense in this in this K-drama. Like, it makes it sting so much more what she did, you know? Like, oh, I'm gonna visit my friend at 3:30, and, you know, lie to her and tell her that I hope she feels better and we have to hang out and blah blah blah. Then I'm gonna go fuck her husband and whatever, she has cancer and she's gonna die anyway, right? Like, so fucked up. But it's more of like, you know, a realistic, like, two-faced type of person who would do that. So I think them showing like she visits Jiwon on the regular and then she still is seeing her husband is pretty good to like kind of give us like what her character is. It's like, to anyone looking on the outside of the friendship, Sumin is so nice. She's giving her earrings. She's like talking her up. She wants to go to lunch all the time and like taking her out, like taking out the lonely nerdy girl or whatever. But really, it's just, you know, her trying to make herself look good and be like, oh, I'm like so nice. I'm like the nice girl and I take pity on this girl. Like, it's, you know, a lot of people are like that in real life, to be honest. So I like how they portrayed that. That was like a good opening to kind of set what kind of character she is. The scene that caught me off guard, that I was like, what the heck is this, was when she went back in time, and it was like the scene in the office. She starts throwing things and causing a scene and screaming at him. I'm like, girl, this is crazy. But when I was thinking more about it, it's like, well, yeah, I guess, you know, you get sent 10 years in the past and you face this guy who just murdered you in the future and you're like freaking out, you don't know what's going on. Of course she's gonna like go ballistic. It is a realistic reaction, I guess. And I love that Mr. Yu was the one, like, he saved her. I love the, like, the hot water is falling and it's like, no, don't scar my face, and he's like, don't worry, it won't. We love a savior. And there's like scenes where she's like running away from Minowon and all this stuff, because he obviously, like, she doesn't want to see him, right? But she's like multiple scenes, first episode and second episode, she's running away, she's hiding from him, she's like yelling or screaming. And there's even a scene where they're in like some storage room and she's about to like, he's about to kiss her and she like has this wrench and she's about to hit him, but Miss Jiran, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna call her Jiren. I don't know, Jiren like finds them, and I really like her, by the way. Like, she's exactly how I imagined her from the webtoon. Like, she's sweet, she's a little bit older, but like she's still understanding to what was going on with Jiwon. She's just so kind, and I just love her. She's my favorite. Well, Hayeon is definitely my number one favorite. I love her, but Miss Jiran takes the second place. I really like her. But anyway, like, Jiwon is like constantly running away from Minowon, and I was wondering how they were gonna get it back to them dating and her, like, you know, getting him with Sumin. But I guess he's just dumb and he believed her lie of, oh, I just thought you, like, you know, you're too good for me. Please. This is what happens when you coddle your kids and just raise them as spoiled. They come out like this guy. And I did like the bookstore scene. That was one of my favorite scenes in the webtoon. But I liked it in this K-drama as well. I thought it was cute, and I liked that she was picking out, like, what was the titles, like how to quit your job or whatever, and Mr. Yu was like, are you quitting? She's like, no. Maybe. And also, like, when I read this in the webtoon about all the stocks and stuff, I actually got into stocks because of this webtoon, and I like got one of the apps and I downloaded it and purchased a few stocks, and I made like I think it was like $300 so far off of that. Like, that's not what I invested, that's what I made. So yeah, pretty cool, you know, webtoons, educational. The K-drama definitely has a lot more like comedic moments than the webtoon, and I really appreciate that. It makes it easier to watch. And that reminds me, episode 2, it's when Jiwon, Sumin, and the freaking like creepy old guy manager, I forgot his name, I don't really want to remember it, but they're all three in the elevator, and then Mr. Yu just like, he like opens the door and it's like really awkward, and then he goes in, and I'm like, okay, this is massive spoiler if you're watching, massive spoiler. Don't say I didn't warn you, massive spoiler. Is that like the moment that he went back in time? Is that him going back in time? Or, because, you know, in the webtoon, it's like when we meet him, he's already back in time. But was that like the moment? Was that like the moment that he was back in time in this K-drama? And he's like oh, she's alive, I can take care of her. Like, I don't know, that's kind of what I got. I don't know, we'll see. But that would be really cool if they switched up when he appeared, you know? But I brought that up because I thought it was pretty funny and awkward and I liked it. Going back to the first episode, I told you I was gonna jump around. I'm sorry, my brain is just all over the place. But going back to that first episode, when we see Jiwon's wedding dress and the wedding with Minwon and his mom, like, I love that they kept the look of that, you know, oldish wedding dress. It's not an ugly dress, it's just like very traditional, and she didn't choose it, so that's, you know, she didn't choose it, so that's what matters the most. But his mom, ugh, but his mom is just like every person's nightmare who's getting married into a different family. Like, that's the in-law fear, that they would be like that. But it's after everything's official and signed that his mom brought out the real personality. And yeah, it was just so frustrating to watch. And she said something about, like, you don't have any manners because your parents didn't teach you or they're dead or something. Like, who says that? Like, at a wedding, at your own... Don't get me started on that woman. I'm sure we'll have a lot more time to see her disgusting self. And then, like, we see Jiwon's life throughout the years, especially when she found out about cancer, and the mom is like, just don't tell your job and keep working. Like, don't get emotional just because you're sick. Excuse, ma'am, what are you saying right now? Like, and like, don't act emotional because you're sick. Like, hello, you're old. I'm sorry, I had to. But like, she's old. Like, what if something happens to her, you know, and she expects Jiwon to take care of her after she's treating her like that? Like, just sick. Family is so happy there was, like, Jiwon's dad pulling magical strings or like spiritual strings or whatever to get her this second round of life. Okay, now I'm gonna jump back to episode 2. Don't mind me. But Sumin and that old manager guy, I keep forgetting his name. I'm so sorry. Let me just look it up. Manager Kim, I'm just gonna call him Manager Kim. In the K-drama, Sumin is a lot more, I guess, open about her relationship, not relationship, but like talking to him more and like winking at the girls, like, don't worry, I got this, he likes me, like that type of vibe. And I don't think in the webtoon she was as open with everybody. She was more in the webtoon more secretive about it because she would be embarrassed if somebody else like thought they were dating or whatever. But yeah, so the K-drama one is a lot more like, I don't know, open, and it's gross and I don't like it. But I like that they kind of changed what she said to him, because in the webtoon she said something like, oh, the other girls are being mean to me, I might quit. But in this one she's like, I'm trying to be a full-time employee, I can help with this project. And like, it makes more sense. And you know, because we kind of know like what kind of person she is, it makes more sense to see like that and see like how she could be portrayed as like a sweet person. Like, oh, she's just a sweet girly girl and she wants to get a full-time position. Like, it makes more sense to see that because she's got a fake in it, I guess. Snake. They changed this part, but I kind of liked it in the webtoon a little bit more. It was when Ji-won was getting Mr. Kim to read that proposal, and it kind of proved like, oh, he doesn't actually read anything, he just like kind of makes people rewrite stuff over and over until he just randomly approves it because he doesn't read it. But I kind of like, in the webtoon, if you haven't read that, they had that set up in a conference room and Mr. Yu was there, and it was like Mr. Yu being like, what do you mean, it's the same proposal, you didn't read it? And then he says, everybody just submit things to me, and he made Mr. Kim do an apology letter. So I kind of like that a little bit more because we got to see Mr. Yu like be a boss. But either way, Mr. Kim, like, we all, oh, don't even get me started. I love Hyun. I'm gonna say her name like that. I'm so sorry. But I mean, she was definitely like one of my top characters in the webtoon. But in the K-drama, I think she's like becoming my #1 favorite, because she wasn't my #1 favorite, but now in the K-drama, I think so. I love her. She's a girl's girl. She likes to eat. Who doesn't love that, you know? They didn't put in that scene. There was a scene where after they had the food incident, it's just Sumin and Hyun at the elevators, and Sumin is trying to tell her like, oh, you shouldn't be friends with Jiwon, she's so nosy. Hyun is like, oh, I think the nosy one is someone asking what my father does or my grandfather does. And Sumin's like, ugh. And it's like the elevator closes and Hyun is smirking, and it's like, that was a good scene. But I guess in the K-drama, it would just be too much. It would be too exaggerated, like too fake. So it makes sense. But man, that was a good scene to read in the webtoon. I have not seen episode 3 yet, but I saw the preview, like, you know, has preview at the end of each episode. I need to talk. I need to spoil something that I think it was shown in the preview, so it's not like a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear it, it looks like for her makeover, for Jiwon's makeover, they cut her hair, like cut it short. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know. I know they're doing things differently, but I really liked her, like, no glasses but kind of more voluminous hair vibe in the webtoon. But we'll see. The actress is, of course, stunning, gorgeous, flawless. Also, how do all of them have, like, such beautiful, moisturized, glowing skin? And mine is just, like, even when it's, like, glowing, it's oily, you know? Theirs isn't oily, but anyway, that's a conversation for another day. I hope you guys enjoyed my little, I don't know, random scattered thoughts on episodes 1 and 2. I feel like I'm gonna post a lot more, I don't know, episode recaps or thoughts on this because I like to talk a lot and I have no one to share this with because none of my friends are actually watching this drama. But if you are a fan and you want a friend to talk to about it, go ahead and let me know, subscribe or comment or whatever you want to do. I would super appreciate it. And yeah, see you for episode 3.